Hey everyone, this is Raes and I am back with another stylish tip for you this week. As always, I love to share what I have been knitting. So before we get into it, I'm going to share a project with you. So a year ago, I knit this sweater. It is called the pea pod sweater. And it looks way harder than it is. This is a sweater that I swear you could knit in less than 2 weeks. I remember knitting this sweater because I had one of the worst colds when I knit it, and it was around November and it was snowing, and this yarn is really like squishy and soft and amazing. And I remember sitting, and it was great. It was a very repetitive stitch, and I sat on my couch and I got like half the sweater done in like no time. It is so super easy. And it's really, really cozy and simple and wonderful. I chose what is called it's called Tundra yarn. It's from the Fiber Company. That's the company that makes the Tundra yarn. I believe this color was called Cloud, but it comes in lots of different colors. It is so soft. It's like an alpaca silk merino, I believe, and it's really chunky. So that's why it knits up so fast. You use really, really fat needles, and the yarn is really, really chunky, and that's what makes it move along so quickly. And the construction of it is so super simple. So highly recommend this project. It's a great winter sweater, and you can use any yarn. It's really your choice. You just have to make sure you use a chunky fat yarn. So now it's time to get into our stylish tip. Okay, so like I said last week, I'm going to be sharing what I call stylish Bridgetteisms, which are terms that I have coined over the years working with clients to better explain a concept. As I've said in past videos, one of the hardest things for me was in dealing with clients was everyone processes information differently, and to be able to communicate an idea in a way that is simplified, so no matter how your brain processes information, it makes sense. And I find that analogies are usually pretty good at achieving that. So this one, I've actually done a video about this one in the past. It's old, so it's probably buried way down in my videos. It's so old, I had short hair at the time. And I wanted to do it again because I want to have this sort of more of a series. So we're going to revisit a video that I've done before, but it's never a bad one to revisit. It's probably my most well-known, or not my most well-known, it's one of my most well-known stylish Bridgetteisms that I definitely hear said back to me from people I've never met before, which is always really, really neat to hear women that I've never met using these concepts and them finding them useful. So we're going to talk this week about chicken outfits. So as I said in my last video, I know the origin story of just about every stylish Bridgetteism that I have come up with, where I was, the client I was working with. And this is definitely an origin story that I know. I remember this vividly. I was working with a client. She was planning on moving, I think, to Chicago. And I was helping her purge her closet before she moved. And there were things in her closet that were really boring. They were fine. They were just a little underwhelming. And I was trying to explain that to her. And I said to her, you want to think about these pieces like chicken. And how I described it was, chicken for the most part is pretty bland and tasteless. Like if you were to take chicken and boil it, there would be absolutely no flavor. Chicken is really only as good as the flavors you add to it, right? That's what makes chicken tasty. But even though chicken is pretty bland, it's still an important part of the recipe. You need the protein, you need the chicken to make the other ingredients into a meal. So by calling her clothing pieces chicken, what I was expressing to her was, yes, these pieces are a little flavorless, but we can do things to them to make them look more flavorful. And just like chicken recipes, you can change up what you do with your chicken so many different ways simply by changing the ingredients. So if we're going to use that analogy with clothing, let's say you have a black sweater or a black top that you can, wear and you can layer it underneath things, you can wear it on its own, but it's not really that memorable. It's just some like basic scoop neck black top. Not exactly exciting. Definitely something we would say is chicken. Worn on its own, a little snoozy. But the beauty of that black scoop neck top is that there are endless ways to accessorize that black top. You can throw it under a jacket. You can wear it under a cardigan. You can add a scarf. You can put a sweater over it. Like all these different ways that you can dress this chicken black top. So it's not that the chicken is something you don't want. You just want to think in terms of that your pieces that are more basic can often be like the flavorless chicken you boil in water and eat if you don't think about taking it a step further. So just like you want to flavor your chicken, you want to flavor your clothes. And just like you can flavor your chicken lots of different ways, you can also flavor your chicken outfits lots of different ways. So it's a very easy and very simple way to really get the concept of basics. That basics are only as good as the flavor that you add to them. And the flavor that you add is entirely up to you. So I hope that was a helpful tip and sharing another stylish Bridgetteism with you, another one of my favorites. And I will be back next week with another stylish Bridgetteism for you. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to this video, clicking right to your right side so you can get updated when I have a new video for you to watch. Also, be sure to follow me on social media at Bridget Raes on Pinterest, Instagram, as well as Twitter. And on Facebook, it's Bridget Raes Style Expert. Also, I am linking to my Facebook group, which is a closed community. Would love to have you. I just want to let you know that we do have a small subscription fee to be a part of the group. And just so you know what we do with that revenue made, the revenue is used to offset some of the costs of me being involved in the group. And the other half is used to support different fashion related organizations and charities. So we give half of the revenue earned through Facebook group subscriptions, and every month we select a different charity or organization to give half of the revenue earned through the subscriptions and the group. So I do hope you'll join us. Click the link below for more information. It's a fantastic, wonderful community of supportive women who are waiting to help you with whatever style challenge you are dealing with. And I really hope to see you there.